everybody. Sorry about being late, but what do you want for nothing, right? So again,
There's a lot
it's
involved.
yeah, it's more my fault. I got a real job. I'm working. I thrown all this stuff at Mike at the last minute, so a lot of it's my fault because we have a lot of information to show on Mr. Severino. We got lots of people that are interested about this show, and so we're going to talk about two things, two different topics. The first one is about the racist Mayor Brandon Johnson, and
Yes.
I think last show we talked a little bit about him. I was interviewed on Grant Stinchfield, believe it or not, about the things that Johnson said actually before what he just said again. So we're going to talk about him a little bit. Then we're going to jump into Joe Severino, the phony operative that is claiming to be running for governor. He's harassing, threatening, extorting people throughout the whole state, grassroots people, establishment, rhinos. He doesn't care. He's not running for governor. He hasn't held one teeny little meeting to try to raise some cash. He doesn't do anything to raise money. He doesn't even have a website. He's not even registered. All he does is talk on TikTok. I'll give the guy one thing. He's a good-looking guy. He looks the part. He sounds the part.
He definitely looks the part. He looks like an oily, greasy politician.
He does. My mom said the same thing. But he's like one of the biggest pieces of shit in the state. I don't know if it's between him and Brandon Johnson, but Severino is a piece of shit fraud. He lies about so many things. So Mickey and I are going to talk about it. Mickey's a new acquaintance, soon to be, I'd say, friend. And he's another paisan from the Northwest, and he'll do his introduction. But one of the things that attracted me to Mickey had is his book. He'll talk about it, Litterbox Nation, about talking about coddling crazy. I don't think we're going to coddle crazy tonight. We're going to expose crazy. But Mick, say hello to everyone. Why don't you give a little introduction about your bio and your book?
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Mickey. We got a couple books here. Eddie the Unwoke Eagle, Uncancelable American, and my Amazon bestseller, Little Box Nation. It's a great book. You guys should check them out. Terry, I got to send you some copies, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, do you got the Audible? I have bad ADD.
Audible? I haven't done that yet. No.
I would love it. I'm joking, man. I do have bad ADD for those that know me, but I will read them. So tell us, just give us of the three books you have, right? What is the underlying theme? I think we're close. We're becoming close because of Quopi and MAGA trying to save our country for our children and stuff. I'm assuming that's the underlying theme with your books and why you're doing it.
Yeah, with this book, with the Litterbox Nation book, where I come up with that one from, I had the kids coming home from school talking about the furries, right? And they're like giving themselves like cat bass in the class and meowing and disturbing everything. And I kind of just blew it off, because we had kids like that in school growing up. They were knuckleheads. They got a crack upside the head and they were gone. I figured that's what's going on. And I got to tell you, December 5th, I was headed out to Florida to go down there and work for a week. And I stayed over at the Hyatt in Rosemont. And at the convention center in Rosemont there that week, they had the furry convention. And I got to tell you, what a freak show. These guys, you had cats, dogs, werewolves, skunks, raccoons, squirrels, fairy, everything. They're running all over. They're doing AIDS testing there. It's a freak show. And the more I watched it and that, I'm really figuring out what this is. It's a way to groom kids. They get them into the culture. It's a subculture. It's just another grooming tool. It's no different than the drag queens in the school or anything else. It's actually a little bit scarier because it looks friendly. It looks cartoonish. But it's a perversion from what I saw. So, that's kind of what inspired that book.
Yeah. I go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, real quick. I think you're exactly right that it is something that's less obvious that it's subversive. We had Aaron Lee on the show here a few weeks ago, and the way they were doing it in Colorado, her daughter got enrolled into what she thought was after school art club, and it turned out it was like an LGBTQ recruiting event. Luckily Aaron had good communication with her daughter and found out what was really going on. But they even instructed the kids that attended this event not to talk about it, not to discuss it with their parents. Just tell them, it was after school art club, no big deal. But in reality, they were giving them, stickers and merch, pro LGBTQ merch and all this stuff. And it was all done under the guise of being, an after school arts club for gifted kids or kids that were interested in art.
Well, being that I was an LGBTQ stripper, I'm kind of loving that stuff. That's a joke, everybody. That's a joke. Severino saying.
Settle down.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not even a good dancer. The only time I would ever dance when I was younger is if I saw a hot chick and I want to try to increase my odds. I'd get drunk.
Hey, I gotta tell you what though, Terry, knowing this guy, he's gonna take that little blurb that you said right there. That's gonna be all over the internet. I'm not even gonna be able to protect you now from that.
When I said that. Thinking that I said that, Nick. So why don't we get the boring part, Mayor Brandon Johnson, out of the way? Talk about him being a racist. Could you imagine if another mayor did the exact same thing, a white mayor? When I was on Grant's show, they showed a little clip of Mayor Johnson saying, "We're hiring the makeup of the city of Chicago, all blacks, right? All black." So the city of Chicago, I did my homework before the interview to pretend I was smarter than I was. There's only 29% African Americans. There's about 29-30% Hispanic, and it's growing, and 37% of white people in the city of Chicago. So if you look at that makeup, he does not represent the city of Chicago. Furthermore, if you want to be like fully diverse and inclusive, then we need to go to the Chicago Bulls. We got to go to the Bears, and we got to pull out our little list and say, hey, does this make up the city of Chicago? You can't pick and choose when you want diversity. So I'll pass it off to one of you guys to jump in.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing with Brandon Johnson, it's exactly what I expect, especially, he's under heat for this now. But, I think the best write-up I saw on this was somebody that pointed out, again, the obvious, that the left can't just celebrate a holiday. They can't be proud of America. They can't celebrate our heroes, those that have fallen in battle, or those that left part of themselves behind fighting for the freedoms we have overseas. Instead, they've got to turn everything into something about them or about one of their victim groups. In this chance, Mayor Brandon Johnson invents Africa Day because he'd rather do that than thank our troops, thank our military, people that gave all so that our country can exist. But, he'd rather make it about him. And he knew it going into this. He knew this would grab headlines and get attention. And he also knows these other robots in the Democrat Party will pick it up, run with it, and pretend Africa Day is a real thing.
I got to tell you this. When they elected this guy after the last clown that was there, I swear to God, when they went into the ballot box, they said, hold my beer, because what a train wreck this guy is. You thought that other one, what was her name? Lori Lightfoot or whatever.
Lightfoot. Yep.
She was a goddamn saint compared to this guy. He's a knucklehead. He is ridiculous.
Mickey, I wish I knew you a few years back. I'm a member of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans with Ron Onesti. I don't know if you know Ron. So we've been fighting to get the Columbus Day statues back, right? And it was a year after the Grant Park when 100 and some police officers were beat up. You guys remember that? It was national news.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so we've been fighting to get that back. What really pisses me off is they're not allowed to celebrate Columbus Day. They're taking our statues down, right? And they're going to celebrate this LGBT crap all 12 months out of the year. Right. I mean, every single month, and they won't acknowledge it. And they call Indian land acknowledgement or something over here in Downers Grove. They don't acknowledge Columbus Day. And I guess it's become vogue to go after the Italians and not acknowledging what the Italian American community did for the country.
I got to tell you, I left the city in the late 90s, and it was the best thing I did. I live up here in Antioch. And we're in paradise up here.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Cicero, and that was a little bit rough. Did a little bit of time in Bridgeport. I lived at Harlem and Grand for a little bit. I was all over that city. But I got to tell you, I'm sitting where I'm sitting here right now. From left to right, I can see 20 American flags. And I think I can flip the camera around here a little bit. But let's see here. I'm a little new to this TV stuff. Hang on.
No worries.
Hey, being that you're from Cicero, did you hang around with Joe Severino? He's going to be the next governor. He was from Cicero.
There you go. Let me pull this up.
That was a joke.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, see, we still have
We're-
patriotism in some parts of the country.
It's all over here. It is all over here.
I hosted a grassroots event a couple of years ago in my backyard. We had like 100 people there. My Jewish neighbors, Democrats, were yelling at my guests, calling them Nazis because I had a Trump flag and American flag, in front of my house for people to see that. Why should we be ashamed of American flag? We should be proud of that. Everybody should be proud of that. Oh, I love your shirt. I have the same one. Good shirt there, Mick. So Brandon Johnson is he's destroying the city of Chicago. It's already in bad shape, right? They can't even pay their bills. We got all these illegals, Venezuelans coming in. He's hiring incompetent. It doesn't matter what the color is. He just happened to hire all his friends that are African American. They're incompetent. They can't run the city. They're not incompetent because they're African American. They're incompetent because they're not the right people. And that's what happens when you do this diversity bullshit, right? So the city can't even fund itself, can't pay its bills, can't pay its debts to the retired. And now he's got a 6% approval rating, right? And now he's going to stir the pot with all this racist bullshit on top of all the other problems that we got going on in the city, in the state, in the country.
Well, the good news is I don't think it's working. There's a lot of people that are getting sick of this nonsense, including a lot of people in the black community. There's several videos that have gone viral on TikTok of people rebuking him, basically saying more or less what I said before, that they're sick and tired of dragging race into every single holiday, every single issue, and making that the focus of everything instead of just being proud to be an American, celebrating our heroes, and doing something to unify the country. People are getting sick. It's not just Johnson. People are sick of the left's constant division. Like you guys were talking about, tearing down all these Columbus statues. They try to do that nonsense here too, but luckily they put a stop to it. I'm over in Ohio. But people on the right and the left are getting sick of it, and that's why the Democrats are pulling at 21 to 30% support right now, nationwide average, and the Republicans keep getting more and more popular.
Yeah, after the show, I'll repost a clip of me and Ben Bergquam. They had got 1 million views when we confronted Mayor Brandon Johnson, BJ Pritzker, and Rahm Emanuel, who's supposedly running for office or something. And that was the first time he came out. This was months ago. And me and Ben snuck in. There was like 25 cameras, and we snuck in. So I'll post that. You guys are gonna laugh. I thought I was gonna get shot by a state cop that snuck up behind me, and we'll post that. So, I guess enough of this piece of shit, Mayor Brandon Johnson. Get into the good stuff. We got a lot of people low.
On to the next piece of shit.
Yes, there's a bigger turd. So, we actually did this at the last minute. This show. So I'm grateful of Mike getting Mike getting all the stuff that we threw at him at the last minute. I'm grateful of Mickey, who took off today. He's on vacation and he's still doing this because we felt it was important to defend many grassroots people, right? Grassroots Republicans, even quote the rhinos, need to be defended by all the slander, the harassment, the extortion, the threats. Severino said he's running as a Republican. He's not. The man just ran as an independent and he got 200 votes. He just ran as an independent. He tried to run as a Democrat. We'll show you some of these slides.
Yeah, here I can bring that one up.
Yeah, go ahead, show that. So he's denied it. So this is somebody sent this to me today. He's got lots of enemies. I mean, so many, I can't even keep up with this. This is when he was running as a Democrat on the primary, but unfortunately, he voted for a Republican in the prior primary. Therefore, he was disqualified. So this dirtbag went to run as a write-in independent, and he got 200 votes. He got this van with this Severino all over it, and all that crap got him 200 votes. So now this clown thinks he's going to run for governor with no support, no money, no website. Nobody likes him. He was pushed out by the Republicans, the Democrats, and the independents. And then he's going to strong arm people and say he's going to cancel me, Mickey, and other people. Go ahead, Mick. You and I got to do a lot of the talk, and Mike will do some commentary because he's not as familiar with this piece of crap as we are.
I'm unfortunately over familiar with this guy.
Yeah, why don't you explain how you quickly met, how we both met, and how it led to you? Because you're not that kind of guy to come out and do this stuff. So I'm grateful.
No.
Explain what happened.
So, as you guys know, I run the Chain of Lakes Patriot Group on Facebook. It's a small group, couple thousand people. We're all up here on the lakes. We boat. We like to have a good time. We do some fundraisers for veterans. It's just a great group. And one day this guy shows up in the group. I hadn't met Terry yet. And I think, who was it? It might have been one of the guys. Who knows? I think it was maybe
Shane. No,
Shane. Yeah, Shane.
no, it's
Uh,
yeah.
and this guy showed up, and I don't know him from nobody. And this guy, he comes in and he's talking a good game. And I almost fell for it. And I'm listening to this guy talk, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's all right. He's pro Second Amendment. He looks the part, he acts the part. And I introduce him into the group, and a couple people shoot back at me. And Terry will tell you this. Nobody makes up my mind for me. You know what I mean? You're not going to tell me what to think. And Terry, I told you that how many times? Don't tell me what to think, right? That's who I am. I'll figure it out for myself.
And I didn't tell you what to think. And I told you, remember, you actually said you didn't want to turn it to a clown show. I said, well, I think you already did by letting him in, remember?
Yeah, it was a fucking clown show. Yeah. But I tell you, he come in and he talked it up, right? So I give the guy my number. I'm talking on the phone to him, and he's texting me. And I'm looking at the way he texts and the way he writes. You know, I don't know anything about writing, but the way he writes, it's not the caliber of a Harvard graduate, which he claimed to be on his website. And I'm listening to this guy, and he's not very intelligent the way he speaks when he gets excited. It's almost ignorant squared. It's unreal. And I had to back him off a couple times and say, wow, if I was running for governor, I wouldn't be talking like that. I wouldn't be going after these guys you're going after, because they're not politicians. They're not running for anything. Jesus Christ, you might need them to vote for you, maybe. Why are you going after people like this? And it just started coming clear, and the stuff that Terry and Edward and Shane were saying, it's coming more true, but it's still my group, and I'm gonna decide. So I'm listening to this guy talk, and he keeps throwing Harvard. Now, I'm not an educated guy, but I know a little something. And I've known some people who actually have went to Harvard, and they're very intelligent in the way they speak, and this guy's not speaking it. So I start doing a little investigating, and I reached out to Harvard, actually, just questioning about their program that he claims to have graduated from. And I think, Mike, did I send you the email?
Yeah, I'm going to get that up on the screen here in just a second.
Yeah. So I reach out, and they get back to me. And some of the questions I asked in the email, and I think they're up there on the screen now. What are the educational requirements? What entry exams? What's involved with getting into this program? And really, all that's involved in getting in this program is writing a check. So you pay to participate, and get a little bit further into it. And I says, well, at the end of it, what happens? I appreciate all those answers, but at the end of this class, what happens? Is there testing? Is there a graduation? Is there a degree? No, as long as you participate.
Yeah.
As long as you participate, this is the fucking problem in this country, is this stuff, right? As long as you participate, you get a certificate. He calls it an envelope. Here's so-and-so handing my envelope.
Well, you got to remember, he is a Democrat, so of course having a participation trophy is exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And in his mind, he's a Harvard graduate. In reality, it's a participation trophy, nothing else.
College. He didn't, as far as I
don't know. Hey, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I don't see any record of it.
Yeah, all the stuff that me, Mike, and Mickey are talking about. So, Severino, if anything of which we're saying is incorrect, right? You have the opportunity, Mr. Severino, to post it. You're running for governor, right? Show your diploma from university or from Harvard. Show us your college degree. You also mentioned that you had a children's foundation, self-funded. Well, Mick, there's a little investigation there. You're supposed to register that, and probably supposed to have your tax deductions for self-funded foundation. That doesn't mean buying pizzas for kids after a baseball game, by the way. So we have all that information.
Maybe you bought like some M&Ms from one of them kids in the parking lot or something. Who knows?
Yeah, Joe, you're on TikTok, right? I got to give you credit. You got a big following, because many of those people that are from the state of Illinois don't know who you are. Don't know how weird you are until what you posted last night. We're going to help expose some of that. So you're getting a big following. So how about this? When you do your next little video, show us your Harvard degree. Put it up there on TikTok, right? Show us your Harvard. Show us your college degree. You said you were a licensed attorney. You took the bar exam in the most difficult state, i.e., California, I believe. Tom DeVore did a search under you, couldn't find you taking a bar exam anywhere. So show us that bar exam. And then also, if I were you, I would want to brag that I self-funded a children's foundation. I'd like to see the photographs of what you did. I'd like to see how it's written down in your taxes, because being the big sophisticated Harvard businessman, of course you will want to have a tax write-off for your foundation, right? So
Excellent.
show
Totally natural.
what's wrong there, Mr. Severino. Come on, you guys jump in here.
Oh
You
yeah,
want me to I don't want to hog the whole time. I want you guys to have I could keep going. So, come on, Mick.
This guy though, and what's his little little buddy, his sidekick,
Maxi Pad Rice.
Matthew Rice. That guy.
Put that up while we're talking. Go ahead, Mick.
oh yeah.
Where's the picture we had of him? This fucking guy.
Yeah. So there he is.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Mugshot. Rice a phony, the Severino treat. This guy's his little butt buddy who's running around, who knows what the hell they do at night, but he's running around carrying his little briefcase. He's reaching out to people. He's threatening them. He's harassing him. He's texting people as of today. He's reaching out to Richard Porter. He's like trying to harass, threat. He's a scumbag. And you know what? His father just ran for Congress, Mark Rice, who until this point in time, I supported Mark Rice, right? Some people have issue with him. I supported him. I liked him. And people before, when he was running, and Jacqueline, I know you're watching. Jacqueline thinks is my mic better. Jacqueline was his campaign manager, and she did a good job trying to, fight this challenging time with these Democrats. And I told Max to stop attacking people last year for your father before the election. Oh, it doesn't matter. I go, you could wait till after the election. Oh, no, we have to do it now. We have to do it now. It's like, what did you achieve outside of pissing everybody off that wants nothing to do with your dad? Now you flash forward here. I spoke to your dad at my event.
I tell you, I've never seen anything like these two guys. And I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, and I've been around a lot of knuckleheads. I haven't seen drunk people act like these guys. It's unreal. I've been in, back in the 90s, I used to bounce in clubs, and I'd be around a whole bunch of drunken fools, and they didn't act like these two do. It's unreal. I've never seen the way they go after people personally, the things that they make up, their imaginations. I'm shocked that they don't write fiction stories. I mean, the stuff they come up with on the fly is just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean,
delusional Joe Severino.
It's unreal. I honestly think, in my opinion, only in my opinion, from what I've seen, this guy needs psychiatric help. He's out there. He's a lunatic.
Yeah, and you know what? You see like on documentaries and stuff about cults and how they get started. So you got Severino, you got Maxi Pad, you got that other clown, Rocio Cleveland, right? They're all cut from the same delusional cough that need psychiatric help. All three of them, right? And they're all doing the exact same thing, trying to attack people. This Rocio Cleveland is going to run for Congress. She's a clown. I mean, I don't know if she works at McDonald's at the cash register, but she's a clown. She thinks she's going to run.
She's another one. I looked her up. She's a registered Democrat, number one.
Yeah.
She's playing Republican, but she's a registered Democrat. The Democrats, I believe, supported her for the school board.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just,
she
Severino's a registered independent, not a Republican.
Yeah.
I know this because I moved to censor him up here in Lake County. Well, we can't censor him. He's not a Republican.
Right.
It's just unreal.
Cleveland voted twice for Barack Hussein Obama. Twice. And another thing that really sets me off is that, the people that don't understand, the people that, see Severino on TikTok, I am MAGA. I'm the most conservative person in the state of Illinois, right? I'm super MAGA. So if you're a super MAGA and the most conservative person in the state of Illinois, there was no way in hell that you would run as an independent, let alone try to run as a Democrat. No way. He's trying to say, it was strategic.
I'm just going to say that this guy is more Democrat than any Democrat I've ever seen in my life. The way he acts, the things he does, it just screams leftist. It screams liberal. It screams Democrat. That's all I see when I see the things he says and does and the way he acts.
Yeah.
He's mentally unhinged.
Mickey, I forgot to send because we threw so much stuff at Mike. I forgot to send the Black Lives Matter. Remember the picture with him with Black Lives Matter? I don't know if you did. You
Before he did the show, he did the Black Lives Matter show. I think he said, "Listen, I could reach out to anybody." What's next? He going to sit down with Al Qaeda? Knuckle,
right? Yeah, Black Lives Matter.
They're just as bad as Al Qaeda. They're domestic terrorists.
Yeah, they are. And God, what else did he do? He did something else liberal.
Well, if you want to forward me that image, I can still get it up. But I mean, the only good news here is that this previous election is any indication of how he's going to do. He's not going to pull up enough votes to do anything, but he's doing a lot of harm to the Republican Party right now.
Yeah,
I think that's what he's being paid to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, if anybody's somebody's watching that has the Black Lives Matter, could you post it on Facebook? I know a lot of the local folks, and I apologize for some of the people that are watching nationally. This is local. I want to bring out a very, very important point to you as well, and I think everybody knew this. The last election cycle, we had Irvin against Darren Bailey, right? And BJ Pritzker gave $30 million to Darren Bailey. They funneled it through some kind of whatever, but it was funneled through Pritzker, and he wanted Darren Bailey to win because Irvin got like $50 million or something like that from Uline. I forgot who gave it to him. He got a lot of money. So Bailey got this money because BJ Pritzker wanted to go against Bailey. I like Darren. He's a very nice gentleman, a Christian, but I knew that he wouldn't have a chance with his accent. My family's from the Polish side, not the Italian side. They're from Central Illinois. And Darren's got that, hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh my God, that guy don't have a chance in hell because of the people up north. I just knew it wasn't going to happen. I knew Pritzker knew it wasn't going to happen. So he gave all that money to buy our primary. So guys, let's fast forward. Now we got Severino, we got MaxiPad, we got the other Democrat, Cleveland. They're all trying to disrupt. What are they doing? They're attacking grassroots leaders. He's trying to say I'm something I'm not. They're attacking, not just me, everybody. Why are they doing it? If you're running for governor, why isn't he attacking Mendrick? That's going to be his candidate he's going against in the primary. I'm not saying attack. If you are really, truly running as a Republican in a primary, you're going to go after your enemy. Your enemy is Sheriff Mendrick. Why aren't you going after him? Why don't you go after Pritzker, who might be your adversary as a Democrat? You're going after the Republicans. Number one is delusional, right? Number two, he's narcissist. He's got some kind of psychiatric problem. And lastly, he's trying to promote himself, coming after, like people are saying, oh, don't give him a platform. You're going to elevate his platform. The guy was a nobody. He is a nobody. Nobody knew who he is. He's going to cancel me. He's doing this for all the wrong reasons, and he's getting money from somebody. The guy can't even keep a real job. MaxiPad can't even work for his father. Rocio, I think she works at McDonald's. So these people are getting money to be disruptive against the Illinois GOP, who's already having a hard enough problem, right? We have lots of issues that we have to resolve. And I don't think Mickey or, Mike, you're not from here, but we're not defending the Illinois GOP at all. What we're doing.
No.
Yeah.
No, here we got, there's a lot of problems there. There's a lot of problems everywhere. It's not even the Illinois GOP. It's the entire GOP, right? There are rhinos. They're everywhere. And that's the thing. And I don't think, honestly, you're ever going to fix that. But guys like me, guys like you, getting in these people's face and saying, hey, you know what? You're going to come in, you're going to tell lies. We're going to expose you, and that's probably the biggest thing that happened. I look after my group. Like I said, it's a couple thousand people. I'm a nobody. I'm a
You're an author. You're an
committee up in Antioch, right? Who am I? Well, I'll tell you who am I. I'm the guy who's going to look out for my people. I'm going to look out for the people in my group. I'm going to look out for the people in my neighborhood that I represent. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm sick of these guys. They're just ruining our state. And I'm stuck here. I try to move. I want to go to Wisconsin. I can't. Got to keep the kids in school because they got friends, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be gone. I'd be gone from here. But it really is, aside from the politics, it's a great place where I'm at. And I don't want to leave, actually, to contradict what I just said, because I do have a beautiful life up here. I have a beautiful group of friends. I have a beautiful group, the Chain of Lakes Patriots. I don't know if they're watching right now. They will later. I'll share the link. We didn't get a chance to put it up in the group, but they're an amazing group. You haven't been out to any of our stuff yet. Last year, we did a huge veterans party. It was amazing. We raised thousands of dollars. real thousands of dollars, and I handed it over to a real charity, Joe. We got the pictures. We did an inaugural ball. I missed that one, but one of my admins, Pam, she did a beautiful job, threw a big party. People came. It was black tie. It was beautiful, right? We do a whole bunch of stuff. We did a big summer kickoff party. Everybody gets together. We're not just a bunch of people who meet on Facebook. We're a family. We get together. We do things. We're a community. So I look out for those people. Somebody walks into my group, and this ain't just Severino or MaxiPad or any of these guys. Any politician in Illinois walks into my group, I'm going to vet you. I'm going to screen you. It's my responsibility to my people. It's my responsibility to the people I represent in Antioch.
Yeah, that's a great point. So I want to show to just reinforce the lies from Severino. Mike, I don't know if you can find it because I threw so much shit at you. You know, some of the text messages where he said he's going to go after anybody. He's going to attack anyone that doesn't endorse him. And all of us went through this, right? He's gonna cancel him. He's going for the juggler. Everybody. Here, this is a good one, right? You don't understand.
I'm gonna tell you, hey Terry, real quick. This is my first book I wrote. Hang on, I got to get it on the screen there. Where is it at? There.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I don't.
Who knows?
I think I can pull it up.
We're gonna get a better camera, but it's the uncancelable American. Joe, bring it, buddy. Bring it. I'm right here in Antioch. Come see me anytime. Cancel me. I'm ready for it.
Right, Mike. Show that other text. I want people to see that. Right.
Oh yeah. Give me a second.
He doesn't care about winning this race. He's not in this to win. He's in here to divide and attack the GOP. Now, granted, Mick and I, we both agree we have to fix. There's things that need to be fixed, but this is bullshit. What you don't understand is I don't need to win this race to win, and changing the Republican culture, and certainly don't mind using my face. Well, first of all, buddy, you just ran as an independent. You try to run as a Democrat. You're not one of us. You are not one of us. You're not going to change us. You're a fucking idiot, right? You're not a Harvard graduate. You got a certificate. I went to the University of Chicago. I got a real degree, Severino, from Elmhurst University, right? I got a real degree there. I got that on my LinkedIn. I do have I'm a certified strategist from University of Chicago. I don't say it was a trophy like you got. I paid. I went to school at night. Other business executives being taught by some of the professors and business. I don't go around saying, "Hey, I'm a university." I don't even bring it up. None of you guys will know unless I didn't tell you. You're full of shit. You're creating a facade to try to create that you're something you're not. You're not this big Cicero mob guy. You talk about me being in prison 35 years ago, trying to attack me. I changed my life, Severino, right? I changed my life from 35 years ago. I'm not proud of who I was. I'm proud of what I became. Just like you're attacking Emily Cahill for 8 years ago. She went through rehab. She changed her life. That, I believe, is even harder than what I went through, right? She's a young single, mother trying to take care of her child, and you're trying to destroy her because she wouldn't support you. And then you claim to be MAGA. You're not MAGA. You're a fucking evil scumbag. And you're lucky I changed my life. You are lucky. Take that for whatever you want.
This guy, the stuff he said about that woman is disgraceful. The way he spoke about her, and I saw some of the stuff he wrote, and I'm not going to repeat it here because it's ignorant, absolutely ignorant, the things that he says. It's just unbelievable. This is the guy who wants to be the governor. Get out of here. He's not even serious, but get out of here.
Yeah, Mike, do you have the Matt Gaetz? And you can show the thing he said about me today if you want, the screenshot. So he posted this today thinking he's getting me. This shows what a piece of shit he is, right? He says I'm a snitch, right? I'm a paid snitch. I'm coming in to disrupt the Republican Party. If anyone's trying to do that, that's him. So after January 6th, I was put on a domestic terrorist watch list. Matt Gaetz and Congressman Troy Niels came to my rescue. We didn't know. It was 2 years after January 6th. Antifa was attacking me exactly like Joe Severino is. Exactly like Joe Severino threatens he's going to write a story for the Southern Poverty and Law Center. Exactly like MaxiPad is writing shit that's put on Politico that they brag about. He's putting stuff in Democratic websites and Facebook pages. Who's the Democrat? Who's trying to destroy the Republican Party? And then he goes out. Here's the letter from Matt Gaetz. He sent this to Garland, Ray, and Mayorkas. So if I was a snitch at January 6th, like you're claiming, the FBI wouldn't have been here. Matt Gaetz wouldn't write a letter to get me off the domestic terrorist watch list, you phony lying piece of shit. I didn't get in trouble. Nothing happened. They harassed my family. I lost my TSA pre-check privileges. I was labeled a terrorist. I didn't go in. And yes, I was there. I was there with a police officer. We left before anybody went into the facility. We left at the very last police line because I was exhausted. I made my friend leave. We didn't know anybody got in until we got back to our hotel room. And then you're going to be posting these lies that I was a gay stripper. Fuck, I hated dancing. I never.
I gotta say something because you mentioned you're with a police officer. This guy claims to be MAGA and the biggest MAGA guy in the world. I've never seen somebody who hates the police as much as this fucking clown. All he does, everybody he goes after, he accuses him of being an undercover cop. He's accused me of being an undercover cop, a narc, a retired cop. Everything he can say, right? He accuses me of, as if it's a bad thing, as if it's a bad thing to be a cop. This guy is the least Republican, the least conservative, the least MAGA, and the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my entire life. And I haven't seen him to my face ever. I really hope I don't, because I don't want to fucking throw up.
Yeah.
But this fucking
he's
fuck
going
him.
to show up and stuff. He never shows up. He says he's a Golden Glove boxer. The guys I know him from Lombard, that are from Lombard, and some of my other buddies, and he knows exactly who they are.
I tell you what, Terry, I'm glad you brought that up. Because me and my good friend, we're actually going to do a charity boxing event in November to benefit veterans. We're going to try and hold it at the Lake County Fairgrounds. That venue is not confirmed yet. But I would invite Mr. Severino to step in the ring. Yeah. I don't think he will. No. I don't think he will. But I'd invite him to. I would love to see him there.
Since you're younger and you're better shape than me, I'm the 63-year-old man with cancer. You take Severino, I'll do Maxi Pad Rice. We'll have a 2-2 like WWE.
You know, watch out though. Maxi Pad Rice he did message me. He's interested in coming to the event because I did throw that out there to them knuckleheads, and he claims to be a kickboxer. I haven't verified that. I know we put his mug shot up earlier, and that was for battery. I don't know how old the woman he was that he punched. I don't know that. It's a joke. I'm not being serious. Don't sue me. Yeah, but you know, these fucking guys, they're out there. They're whacked.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll show up because there'll be a lot of shirtless men there.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Oh, what
I don't hate nobody.
I wanted to I wanted to show some of the other text messages I got from Ryan saying he's gonna you want to make I got a couple text messages, right? Oh no, wait, leave that on. All right. So look at this. He tried to strong arm me, right, and extort me. See this Terry Plugs Newsom, right? A Chippendales dancer with hair plugs. And I said, what are you making fun of my cancer? So before I knew this guy was a whacked out scumbag, you guys know I had stage 4 prostate, stage 3 melanoma, but I had 3 battles with cancer, right? Including years of immunotherapy and all kinds of shit. And I told him a year ago before my friends who know him said he was a scumbag piece of shit, right? So I was telling him, he told me to send him the screenshot after I had my hair grafts in Oak Brook. I had the same, my friends helped set this up for me. I had the same doctor that Matthew McConaughey had, right? So I was bragging about it. I think I say it in there, right? Same doctor as Matthew McConaughey. So when he found out that I wouldn't support him, he sent me this and he called me and he said, if you don't support me, I'm going to put this on social media to embarrass me. And Terry Hair Plug, right? I put it, for those of you who follow, Mickey, I don't know if you saw, I put that up there. I'm like, I'm going to take away his extortion. I put it up there a few weeks ago, just like Emily Cahill did an announcement today calling out him trying to extort her about her past from 8 years ago. And it's not helping him. I mean, if you can, here you go, right here. Oh, that's you already put that one up.
Oh, did I? Okay, let me go to the next one then.
Yeah, put up the one where he's asking for my endorsement. It comes down to Porter and I. There's another one after this. I already told him I would support Porter. There was rumors about Porter running for governor, and I don't think that's true. And here's another one, right? Me and Porter running against each other. So here's evidence, you guys, right? So he's claiming that I'm this snitch. I was a gay stripper. I mean, that's like fucking crazy. That I had my children sleep with my 15-year-old kids at TPUSA slept with a gay adult male in the hotel room. That's what he said. And so he is begging for my endorsement. He called me, begging me all the time, like everybody else. As soon as I said no, he does a 180. He threatens. He tries to extort. He's going to bring up my background. He's going to make up the bullshit about the gay stuff. He's a piece of shit. The guy is a scumbag. He's not going anywhere. He's not going to get money. He's not going to win a primary.
I got to tell you, I got to apologize. I'm going to apologize to you, which I don't do too much. You warned me about it. When he come in, you warned me, and I said, listen, I'm making my own mind. You said he's going to come in, he's going to start shit, you're going to get pissed off, you're going to tell him, I ain't supporting you, and he's going to come after you. I got to tell you, you were right. He did exactly all that. He said, I think I sent you the screenshot of him. He's talking about, I'm the kind of guy who abuses my wife.
Yes, yeah. He
Yeah.
said about Ed too. He said Ed's wife wanted him. Do you remember that? Ed.
I saw that. Yeah. That one I actually put into when I did the request to censor him before I found out he wasn't even a Republican. And that's per the Illinois GOP, and we did a little bit of a search too, but he's not even a Republican. He's not registered as a Republican. He's not a member of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
But he's running as a Republican, which makes no sense. Yeah. But I got to tell you, I put that in. What the stuff that he said about Ed's wife was, again, I'm not going to repeat it. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Where do people here? He definitely did not grow up in Cicero as he claims, because growing up in Cicero, you don't say that stuff because your mouth will get shut there.
Yeah,
it'll get shut real fast.
He didn't. So I want to share the gay stripper story and let you guys know, because it's kind of funny. And did I tell you this story, Mickey, or not? I don't know if I told you. If I did, I apologize, but the other people got to hear it.
That's okay. Apologize. I heard it twice.
Okay,
but go ahead, because everybody else didn't hear it.
Because every time I see that, it pisses me off and it gets me triggered, right? So I told Severino before I knew he was a freak, right? And I don't know how it came up in a conversation. When I was 21 years old, I used to be a bodybuilder. Can't tell now. And my mother's best friend from high school owned this bar called Zach's on Cicero, right by Midway Airport. It was a pretty popular bar at the time. And he called. I knew him since I was born, right? And he's like, hey, he goes, Terry, do you want to have some of your friends come, your weightlifting buddies come to my place on Thursday? We're shutting it down for ladies' night. I'm having these strippers come in from Los Angeles, and they come into Chicago, and they go all over the city, and like on ladies' night, they shut it down. And I'm like, I go, yeah, sure. We never were waiters before, So all my buddies right away are like, yeah, I went with 4 other buddies, right? And they had the banquet area actually shut down, and so I was like the head waiter, because I knew Jack. That's the only reason. I mean, none of us were waiters. So I met the host that runs the traveling Chippendales back in, if you guys remember how it was back in the 80s, I was only 21 years old. And so I talked to the guy, and then I find out that all the strippers, including the guy that runs this program, is gay. I go back, I tell my friends, I go, hey, this is great, man. These guys are gay. We got all the girls for us because they're the headliners. We're just a big old, bodybuilders. These guys were like lean, good, like they're ready to go in a contest. We're like just big thugs, right? So we had a blast. It was one of our best jobs. That's for a different show. And so then the guy said, hey, Terry, do you want to come with us to different bars? I'm like, yeah. So me and my buddies went around Chicago to regular clubs, not gay clubs. We went from Chicago Heights to Sam Scrametti's, Green Onion. We went all over Chicago. We had a blast. We were in Willow Springs at the Castle. For those of you remember Corbett, Chief Corbett? And we're in Willow Springs at the Castle. And so I got drunk. We got drunk, and my friends were all bodybuilders. And it was at the finale. They have all the 5 dancers go out. They go on the end of the stage and they bow, right? And they do their little thing. And the girls are like, oh, they're all clapping for these gay guys. They don't know they're gay, I took my buddy's banana, stuck it in my pants, drunk. And as they're bowing at the end of the stage, I'm like, woo, I was never a good dancer. And I'm making fun of them, goofing around with the banana in my pants. And the gay guy in the microphone's like, Terry, stop it, get off the stage. And I didn't, I'm like laughing. And so afterwards he fired me. That's the story that goes from, that's the whole story, right? I told Severino, I said, I was laughing about me getting fired by a gay guy in a strip thing. And so
Terry, I got one question though.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Why did your buddy have a fucking banana?
Oh, he was, so Steve Sanka, you're probably not watching. He won Teenage America. We were 21 though. He was a hardcore bodybuilder, like the guys that didn't eat shit. You know what I mean? Everything. Like, I worked out with Mr. Guy that won Mr. Universe. I mean, they were hardcore. I just got big and fucking didn't want to diet. And here's another thing. Call me a gay stripper. I was going to go to contest twice because my friends they all competed. I mean, big names. I could go on forever. and I come out in a little thong. I'm like, holy fuck, I can't do this. I would not. I just couldn't do it, let alone strip. I didn't even like dancing unless I thought I was going to get laid, and I'd get all drunk, and I'm like, oh wow, this chick's hot. I'll dance with her. And
Yeah.
this guy to
I'm
say,
gonna implicate myself real quick, and I'm sure Severino's already writing a post right now. I actually knew the question when you guys said you're bodybuilders. I lift weights part time, but you got to have the bananas and all that stuff. You're always walking around with food. You got to have stuff to eat. So I already knew why. But
you're being sarcastic. Yeah.
Fucking knucklehead, that guy.
Yeah, I bet you, Severino or Max can peel a banana with just their lips. Hey, so you made me think of something about your diet and stuff, and being, still working out. Mike, there's something you want to talk about, a commercial, and then Mickey, you could coincidentally, this is the first time for us ever, this is a sponsor. So Mike, why don't you talk about it? And Mickey, and this is not staged, he coincidentally heard about it before we even started the show. So go ahead, Mike.
All right, we'll run the commercial and then we'll jump back to that.
Life can be pretty unpredictable, filled with good days and not so good days. And sometimes, the only difference between the two is your level of preparedness. The Jace case lets you be better prepared for whatever comes your way. It contains antibiotics and other prescription medications so that you aren't caught unprepared. With the Jace case, you are able to get your prescription medication before the unpredictable happens, allowing you to turn those not so good days into great ones. Go to jace.com now and get your own Jace case.
Yeah. And guys, I want you to go to jacemedical.com right now to use code BEL as in behind enemy lines 1776. They'll get an additional discount. Plus, you can also add the sale products that they have on the website right now. You can add a full course of ivermectin for just $1 to your Jace case. And this is one of those things that's better to have it and not need it than it is to need it and not have it. What the Jace case contains are a variety of prescription medications, antibiotics, and other drugs used to treat common illnesses, injuries, things like that. This isn't a Band-Aid box from Walmart. This is something to have in case there's an emergency. Or right now, with drug supplies from China being in question, this is a way that you can have something on hand in case you or a family member gets sick, needs this medication, and it's not available. Again, very inexpensive. You're going to get an additional discount for using code BEL1776 at jacemedical.com. And yeah, I understand, Mickey, you've got a couple of these yourself already.
I got to tell you, and I joked when I was talking to you earlier, I got to run the Jace commercial. I go to the Jace case. I absolutely love it. My wife, I drive her nuts with it. I got amoxicillin. I got anything that happened, but I got it because we travel a lot, right? We go to the Dominican Republic. We go to Mexico. I'm down in Florida most of the winter. You're not by your doctor, right? You get an ear infection, take care of it. You got your amoxicillin right there. They give you a nice guide in there, the book, how to use it and all that. And there's also a number you can call, to get a little bit of help there. Hey, what do I got going on? And it's definitely not a replacement for a doctor, but for stuff that common sense, right? Strep throat, you got swollen glands, ear infection, things they have it. And then they have stuff like you said, the ivermectin, which is great, right? You're somewhere bad. Maybe you get headlights or something for the pillow. You take that, it's gone. It wipes it out. I don't have headlights, Severino. Knock it off. Internet tonight. But everything. It's got literally every kind of medicine. I'm not going to list what it all is. Go on the website, check it out. I swear to God, it's amazing. You can take care of your family in an instant. And we all saw what happened with COVID when they shut everything down. You couldn't go where you couldn't do nothing. You had to have your whole face wrapped in freaking saran wrap to go to the doctor. What the fuck are people going to do? That would have been a great thing to have back then, I'll tell you.
Well, they got a variety of other things too. So if you have kids, they have an add-on that has trial dosage of same kind of medications in there, so you can be sure. They also have kits for, like, if you're somebody that has UTI, urinary tract infections, they have a kit for just $99 with everything you need. You can have it on standby in case something happens. Last thing I'll mention on this is if you are somebody that needs, say, like blood pressure medicine or something like that you have to take every day, you can go online, make an appointment, talk to one of their physicians, and they can send you a 90 day to 1 year supply of necessary medication. So again, let's say this trade war with China really heats up and we don't have these factories here to make these drugs. If we get totally cut off and you need those drugs, this is a way to already have them on standby. Or there's some kind of natural disaster. You live, where you're hurricanes, earthquakes, stuff like that, where services are going to get cut off for a while. Or even here where I live in Ohio, we had a massive tornadoes run through about 6 years ago, knocked everything out for several weeks. This is a way to have emergency supplies on hand. Because like I said, it's better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. Use code BEL1776. You'll get a discount. You'll also help Terry with this program behind enemy lines, help us keep the fight going.
Yeah. So I get to pick a kit, you said, right, Mike?
Yeah, I actually just sent you the stuff to order it earlier. So we probably don't want to talk about that because you've got a one-off code for the kit they're going to send you.
So, for a stage 4 prostate cancer survivor, they get any good deals on Cialis that works really well?
I don't know. I didn't go through. I will tell you this, though. I ordered my kit right before we jumped on here. It only took me 4 minutes to go through the whole process and check out, with my credit card. 4 minutes, so it's an easy website to use.
So we had a few people send some messages here. Let me see here. I want to pull them.
Was Savarino one of them?
No, that pussy ain't gonna send something. You kidding me? Here we go. We had people are putting stuff up there like crazy. Jesus Christ, sorry. They're putting I gotta go to the live one, sorry. Okay, so we have Terry King. I get everything in Mexico. Let me know what you need. She goes, Ralph Colassa, Terry Back the Blue, James Mendrick, Jim Economos, great guy, Dennis. Severino tried the same bullshit with this guy. I don't think I even told you that, Mickey. He tried the same bullshit. And then, so Severino will never be on AMC 560 again. I took care of that. Karen Terrio. Severino's an illegitimate bankrupt candidate and a wannabe mobster. He is. He was never a mobster. He's never a mobster. Telling people he's going to cancel them is straight out of the Democratic verbiage. He called a Trump donor looking for support when they said, I don't know who you are. He responds, I'm a beautiful 6'3" man. That's sarcastic. He says that just like he said about Ed's wife wanting him, remember?
Oh, God.
I think he's been pretty much called out. I don't know if there's anything else we want to cover here. We pretty much beat that dead horse with a stick. And Severino, I'm still waiting for you to cancel me, you piece of shit.
Well, we got a big guest coming up Thursday. I don't know if you want to tease the audience on that.
Oh, yeah, Stuart Rhodes. So for those of you who know Stuart Rhodes, he was the founder of the Oath Keepers at January 6th. He got 18 years in prison. And I interviewed him. I was in D.C. during the inauguration, and I was in front of the Gulag when the guys were supposed to be released. All my J6, I am very lucky. I left when I did. I would have been in prison. I was exhausted. Thank God we left. But I still suffered as a terrorist. They went after my job, all this other crazy shit, but I didn't go to prison, thank God. So Stuart was not even in D.C. Him, like Enrique's been on the program before. He was the president of the Proud Boys. Yeah. He was on the show. Neither one of these men who got the most time were not even in DC. There was no insurrection plan. Nobody had that plan. I was down there in the midst of the Proud Boys, 3%ers, Oath Keepers, all those guys, right? And Severino keeps saying he was in a bulletproof vest and all this shit. We were dressed because in November and December in DC, if you guys watched, Antifa and BLM showed up. They're throwing beer. They're throwing Campbell soup cans. They're stabbing people. We went there for two things. One, to see the president speak. Two, to keep family members and Trump supporters from being beat up. That's why we were dressed like that. It had nothing to do with the insurrection. It has nothing to do with Severino saying he had a bulletproof vest. He didn't get arrested. Well, there was 2 million people there. And I think they arrested how many? 1,500?
I got to tell you, only a fucking Democrat would talk like that. You can bulletproof vest. You should go to jail. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? It's only Democrats talk like that. That's the only people I've ever heard. He has this. He should go to jail.
Yeah. Fuck. Yep. So, well, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hey, Mickey, thanks for jumping on at the last minute on your vacation. I got to go for a boat ride.
I was at the gym when you reached out. Hey, you want to be on the show? I'm like, yeah, why not? Fuck it. So I ran home, made a little something, put on a proper shirt with sleeves, and then came down here to my headquarters on the boat dock.
I got to go for a ride. I got to get out there this summer.
Get your ass up here.
I will.
We'll take you up
so
on that.
Mike, thanks for again, me throwing all this crap at you at the last minute to throw it up. So I'm sorry about
no
that.
worries, man. No worries. It's all for a good cause.
Yeah, everybody who's watching, especially those on Facebook, we're on Rumble, right? And we're close to the 1,000-person mark, which I guess is a threshold for Rumble. Please go to Rumble Behind Enemy Lines and share this so other people in Illinois will see this fraud. This one is especially important for people from Illinois to see how the Democrats are trying to infiltrate our party with these scumbags and trying to disrupt the Republican Party in Illinois. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks again for joining us tonight. Please like, share, and subscribe. Help us to grow so we can bring more news, bring more people